Welcome. Today we talk about a very recent and sensitive issue that has emerged in Tripura on August 18, 2025, concerning tribal rights, intermarriages, and scheduled tribe benefits. This matter has been raised by Tipra Motha MLA Ranjit Debbarma, and it has sparked discussions on legal, social, and constitutional grounds. Let us go through the details step by step. On August 18, 2025, Ranjit Debbarma, an MLA from the Ramchandragat constituency in Tripura representing the Tipra Motha party, wrote a letter urging the cancellation of scheduled tribe benefits for tribal women who marry non-tribal men. The letter alleges that such intermarriages are being exploited by non-tribal men for tax evasion, land grabbing, and misuse of government schemes, leading to revenue loss and harm to genuine tribal communities. This proposal echoes similar demands made in Tripura and other northeastern states in the past, but it has sparked concerns over gender discrimination and constitutional rights. The user's description aligns closely with the details in recent reporting, though the letter was addressed to the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes rather than directly to the state government. As this development is very recent, reported on the same day as the current date, public reactions and official responses are limited so far. Below, I outline the key details, substantiated allegations, historical context, potential implications, and a balanced analysis drawing from available sources. Debbarma's letter, as detailed in a report published on August 18, 2025, requests urgent and effective action from the NCST chairperson to immediately stop marriages between non-tribal men and tribal women in Tripura, and to cancel all scheduled tribe benefits for tribal women already in such marriages. Key allegations include that non-tribal men are deliberately marrying scheduled tribe women to transfer assets, like petrol pumps, gas agencies, and ration shops, into their wives' names, thereby avoiding taxes. These couples misuse subsidies under central and state government schemes. They purchase land in tribal wives' names to evade land taxes, particularly in the Tripura Tribal Areas Autonomous District Council areas. Large plots in TTADC are acquired without taxes, leading to deforestation through the establishment of gardens, rubber plantations, and brick kilns. Tax exemptions are exploited in sectors like health, with non-tribal men benefiting indirectly through their tribal spouses. Direct quotes from the letter highlight the scale. A considerable number of non-tribal, non-scheduled tribe men are intentionally marrying scheduled tribe women in order to evade legitimate government taxes. After marriage, the grooms transfer their properties to their tribal wives' names solely to avoid paying taxes. Debbarma further notes, the most alarming issue is that non-tribal men purchase vast tracts of land in TTADC areas, where they establish gardens and rubber plantations. They also run brick kilns within TTADC areas under such arrangements. According to a report from India Today NE, no immediate government response is mentioned in available reports, and the NCST has not issued a statement as of the latest updates. So, this isn't really a new issue in Tripura or the Northeast. Similar proposals have come up before, usually presented as a way to protect tribal identity and resources, but they've also faced criticism for being gender biased. For example, back in November 2018, a faction of the Indigenous Peoples Front of Tripura, or IPF Tipra, demanded a law to scrap scheduled tribe status for tribal women marrying non-tribals. They pointed to high intermarriage rates, like over half in Kauai district, and said there was misuse of benefits such as licenses and jobs. Their argument was that it was necessary to safeguard our ethnic identity, and they even took inspiration from the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council, or KADC bill, in Meghalaya. Now, in Meghalaya, the KADC actually passed a 2018 bill called the Khasi Social Custom of Lineage Amendment. It aimed to strip ST status from Khasi women marrying non-Khasis, and also said their children would be considered non-Khasi. Critics, though, pointed out some contradictions, especially since Khasi men could retain their status in similar marriages. Many called it discriminatory, especially in a matrilineal society. More broadly, debates in the Northeast often connect ST status to tribal preservation. But courts have ruled that a woman's caste or ST status doesn't change after marriage. For instance, there was a 2018 Madhya Pradesh High Court decision affirming that SC or ST women are still protected under atrocity laws even after marrying into upper castes. If you look at the timeline, these kinds of demands really picked up around 2018, mostly due to concerns about demographic changes and resource exploitation in tribal areas. Debbarma's 2025 letter brings this back into focus, especially with the ongoing Tipra Motha agitation for tribal rights and the still unmet promises from the Tipra Accord, which was signed in March 2024 between Tipra Motha, BJP, and the central government. As the news broke today, reactions are starting to come in, but honestly, they're still pretty sparse. Searches across the web and on X platforms don't show any widespread outrage or support just yet, which is probably because it's all pretty recent. Still, here's what we know so far. Supporters, including some voices from the past IPFD, are framing this as a way to protect tribal land and benefits from outsiders. Debbarma's Tipra Motha has, in fact, historically pushed for stronger tribal safeguards, and this proposal really lines up with their demands for more power for the TTAADC. On the flip side, early commentary is pointing out hypocrisy and gender bias, especially since tribal men marrying non-tribal women don't face any such penalties. There's even a social media post calling it controversial, highlighting the unequal treatment. Women's rights advocates and legal experts might argue that this violates Article 21, which is about the right to life and personal liberty, including the freedom to choose whom to marry, and Article 15, which prohibits discrimination on the grounds of sex, both from the Indian Constitution. Similar bills in Meghalaya got backlash too, for being patriarchal and ignoring the region's matrilineal traditions. Some media, like India Today NE, are just presenting the facts without any editorial bias. Older reports, though, show how media coverage can be subjective. Pro-tribal outlets emphasize identity protection, while others focus on discrimination. And there's a lot of silence from stakeholders right now. No statements yet from the Tripura government, the BJP, which is Tipra Motha's ally, opposition parties, or groups like the Tipra Indigenous Students Federation. Even on X, the official Tipra Motha account hasn't posted about it. Most searches for reactions are just turning up unrelated posts about caste, feminism, and tribal issues, so it looks like the topic hasn't gone viral yet. So, if this proposal actually gets implemented, here's what could happen. First, it might help protect tribal resources, backing up Debbarma's claims by trying to curb what's seen as misuse and preserving TWADC land, which, by the way, covers about 68% of Tripura, for indigenous tribes like the Tripuri, Rayang, and Jamesha. But it could also raise some serious legal challenges. The thing is, it may go against Supreme Court precedents that say marriage doesn't change a person's caste or ST status. Critics are saying it's politically incorrect and, honestly, kind of sexist, since it punishes women for personal choices but ignores similar actions by men. That could easily lead to court battles or maybe even force amendments. On the social front, in a state where tribals make up about 31% of the population and intermarriages aren't rare, this move could increase tensions. We've seen similar issues flare up recently, like the communal problems in Manipur during 2023 and 24, or rallies in Tripura demanding that Christian tribals be delisted from ST lists. Politically, Tipra Motha is a key BJP ally since the 2023 elections, but they've already threatened to withdraw support over unfulfilled tribal demands. So, this letter might be a way to put pressure on the government, especially with local polls coming up. So, to sum it all up, Debbarma's allegations of exploitation are pretty well documented in his letter, and they really echo long-standing concerns. Still, the proposal risks being seen as discriminatory. It's part of a bigger push for tribal autonomy, but at the same time, it could infringe on individual freedoms. Honestly, it's important to keep an eye out for official responses and see how the broader debate evolves, because this situation could change pretty quickly.